Hello and welcome to an India Today special broadcast. We are with Kiren Rijiju, Minister for Youth and Sports Affairs. Because of COVID times, for the past 3.5 months, people have been locked up home, many not being able to exercise. But Minister, how do you stay fit?
See, the COVID-19 has been a challenging moment for everyone. But for me, to remain fit, it didn't really matter. And it's very clear, if you want to be fit, you can do all kind of fitness regime. You can do yoga, you can do some exercise in your room, you can run around, walk around. So you really don't need gym, you don't need full ground. You can remain fit. Of course, there's restrictions because of the lockdown, but within the room also. So you have to be active. See, basically what I want to say is, you must be active all the time. Don't be lazy.
Oh, absolutely. But has COVID affected India's quest for gold, India's quest for fitness?
In fact, see, COVID has been an issue for the entire world. It's not only India. But the benefit part which I can take advantage of the situation is, we have been able to plan it better. We have been able to create certain modules, some capsules for fitness, for training, coaching, and for development of sports. So many things have been planned out during this lockdown period, and we have been able to get in touch with the entire sporting fraternity, whether it's the associations, federations, the athletes, the officials, everyone.
Okay.
So I'm actually eagerly waiting for the sporting event to take place, because I think we are prepared now, and we have already taken certain decisions which will have far-reaching positive consequences in the future.
Very good. You must tell me about that during the course of this broadcast. But tell me this, are we now looking at sports in a new light, in the sense that even if there is a sporting event, let's say there's football or cricket, it will be without spectators?
For the foreseeable future, it seems that we'll have to live with this situation where the sporting events will be conducted without spectators in the stadium. But that is because of the situation, so we have to live with that. But after that, what will happen, I really cannot say anything, but we are better prepared. That's what I can say.
Okay. Now, when you took over as sports minister, what was your KRA? What was your aim that I'm going to make India a sporting giant? Not just cricket, but other sports.
See, I had two objectives in my mind. One is to make India a great sporting powerhouse. Secondly, to make sports as a culture, as a way of life in India. So Prime Minister has been an inspirational guide for all of us. So Prime Minister had constituted the Olympic Task Force.
Yes.
The report has come and I am already implementing it. Another is Prime Minister launched the Fit India movement.
Yes.
So Fit India movement is the basis on which we will rise as a country with fit people. Because earlier, around close to 70% of the people were not fit in India in terms of technical exercise and in the parameters of that fitness. But now, people are taking care of their health, people are aware of the fitness, and the fitness culture has come in. Secondly, to make India a sporting powerhouse, we must create a sports culture in the society. See, the old saying of kheloge, kudoge, honge, kharab, that cannot create that perfect atmosphere for our younger generation. So we have changed the slogan now, kheloge, kudoge, banoge, lajawab, and through that we are creating a situation where the talents and all the potentials are realized.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, do you have a roadmap and a deadline that by this year I'm going to make sure that India has these many gold medals in Olympics?
Yes, the objectives are very clear. We have already started the target Olympic podium for the juniors. That means those who are 10, 12, 13 years of age will be ready to become world champion by 2028 Los Angeles Olympics.
Okay.
So by starting this target Olympic podium junior scheme, we are identifying the young talents. It's a process of talent scouting at a young age, and then taking the full responsibility of their training. We are getting the best coaches in the world. I have recently decided to extend the tenure of the coaches. Indian coaches are being enhanced. Now 2 lakhs salary cap also being removed. Many decisions have been taken in this regard. So I think by 2028, the target of making India in the top 10 rank in the Olympics will be realized. I'm very clear because we have started not only the planning, we have started executing all those plans.
No, that's a very ambitious plan that India, which is perhaps now in the 40s in terms of...
Our ranking is very bad now. In Rio Olympics, we just won 1 silver and 1 bronze.
Yes.
I'm very dissatisfied with the performance. But now, no need to look back.
Okay.
We will look forward
absolutely.
And we will realize the dreams of every Indian to make India a great sporting powerhouse.
So to be a great sporting powerhouse, you are saying that by 2028, we'll be in the top 10.
Yes.
Top 10 by 2028 Los Angeles Games.
It's a guarantee I am giving before the nation. My Prime Minister has given so much of encouragement and support to the sports, and we will leave no stone unturned to make India a global sporting powerhouse and top 10 in the Olympics. And you will see it's not far away, it's just 8 years away.
So
you will
what's
see this.
Oh, absolutely. No, but what's the roadmap? Have you, I'm sure you've identified that these are the sports Indians are good at, these are the sports we'll focus in.
Yes, there are sometimes we have to see that which are the inherent strength of our country. So we have picked up some of the traditional sports and we have identified some of the sports where India can excel. So the 14 sporting disciplines have been identified and they have been given top priority.
So I would, maybe badminton we're doing very well, shooting we're doing well, weightlifting we're doing well.
Wrestling, boxing, archery, hockey we have come up, and then in rowing, in some of the traditional sports we are doing good. And I think swimming and athletics, if we really give lots of impetus, we can come up, because swimming and athletics have the highest numbers of medals in the Olympics. If you see United States of America, close to 1/3 of their medal comes only from swimming.
Yes.
So that means India as a large country must give lots of importance to swimming. So I'm discussing with the Swimming Federation separately, and we will come out with a separate strategy for swimming. Athletics, we have some potentials, and I'm sure in the days to come we will be able to pick up right identification of the talents.
Okay. There are a lot of youngsters we've been speaking to, Minister, and some of our youngsters have some questions for you. With your permission, some of these youngsters want some questions that they want you to answer on eMindRocks, and let's get straight to these questions and let's get the Minister to answer them. Minister, we have a question from Agrim Jain of the Galgotia University, and Agrim wants to ask you, tell us more about Fit India Talks and how is it going to benefit people?
Oh, right now this Fit India Talks is going on, and every day numbers of sports stars, fitness icons are coming in talking to the young people. For example, PV Sindhu joined with me and HRD Minister Manika Batra, Rani Rampal. So each session is being addressed by the iconic athletes of our country. So it's creating inspiration as well as giving them tips. So the younger generations are benefiting from it. And not only that, even the fitness regime, sometimes people are not aware of it, how you have to conduct yourself. See, it's very simple, as I said earlier.
Yes.
To remain fit is not difficult, it's not technical. You just have to maintain certain tips. It's very, very important. So that way, the Fit India Talks going on are very successful, and I appeal to all the youths, all the students, study hard. You must focus on your study, but for that you have to be fit.
Oh,
if you are not fit, you cannot be successful in anything you do in life.
Because it's only in a healthy body that you have a healthy mind.
Exactly.
So you have to be very healthy. So our next question is from Sania Garg, and Sania incidentally is a national level table tennis player at Manav Rachna International Institute of Research and Studies. And Sania's question is, where do you think we need to change, and what do you think we need to change in terms of our policies and plans to encourage sports?
We have taken certain decisions which you can say change of policy, and there are certain plans also. In a larger scale, we had taken certain decisions like better integration with the sports federation, policies to integrate all the stakeholders into one form, and then of course we have to work closely with the state governments. We have better administrative mechanisms in place now. So there are many things which are happening. I think we are in the cusp of launching ourselves up there in the different scale of sporting arena, and that is primarily because right now I have a very good team.
Okay.
Not only my official teams, but the federations, the state governments, everybody is cooperating.
Okay. Another question, Sania Garg, table tennis player, Manav Rachna International Institute of Research and Study, says there's no appropriate mechanism to nurture talent at schools and at district level. What initiatives are being taken to nurture them?
Okay, for the young talents, number one, the Khelo India Games, which we are organizing in the national level. Now we have taken a decision to give financial support to the state government so that there will be state Khelo India Games. For that we will support, and further there will be district Khelo India Games. So these are the basis which will give us the real value addition to the talent scouting. Then we are forming the talent identification team, the former player, former Olympians, former Asian medalists. They will be constituting the talent scouting committee. So they will identify the young talents. And at the same time, we are trying to create more National Center of Excellence, which I have announced last time, and then Khelo India Center of Excellence in the state level. So we have National Center of Excellence, we have State Center of Excellence. Then we are going to identify one district in every district in the country.
Excellent.
Every district in the country will have one school that will be assisted under the Khelo India, and where the talented children from that particular district can be identified and be admitted in that school. So we are now in the process of doing so many things at the same time.
Is it coming together? I mean, you're confident by what are benchmarks, Minister, by which you get to Olympic Games, and these are the various milestones that you'll achieve en route. What are those milestones?
See, you have to have a scaling up exercise. If you have a local tournament, local league, state level tournament, and then make it to the national level, then exposure to our younger generation, especially those identified talents, they are there in that particular scale up position. Okay. So from there, the right exposure is absolutely important. That is why we are talking of international level coaching after certain level of the training.
Okay, Sania Garg, national level table tennis player, Manav Rachna International Institute of Research and Studies, asks, why is it so difficult for students to see sports as a career option? How do we change that mindset?
No, we are changing absolutely. Now we are producing the superstars in the sports, and we are creating a better atmosphere where the players will be employed. That means the sports as career. Once you finish your active sporting career, you must be employed. You must be able to give back to the society. For that, you have to create opportunities. So, like the decision to create each district must have one Khelo India center means we will promote fitness there. We will have a PET teacher there. PET teachers are being being given online course at this moment. We are doing it. So the fitness thing as well as the sporting activities at the district level, at the village level, these are very important. So once we create all this kind of apparatus in the lower level, they will be employing lots of people, those who are involved in the sporting culture, because see, sports is a big industry.
Yes.
not only it generates lots of money, but it creates lots of employment. And you know, there are productivity for the sporting items, as well as there are employment in the conduct of the events. And then you generate revenues through live telecasts, through other means.
So, and other than cricket?
See, cricket is now very important in India, but cricket is not an Olympic sport. So, to make India a great sporting powerhouse, we must make the Olympic sports successful in India. And for that, I have already made my opinion very clearly from the beginning that we must start thinking about proper leagues at a different level. Because after all, if you are unable to generate finance, if the revenue generating model is not proper, then the sports cannot sustain. So see, after all, if you have a better financial support, that gives lots of
encouragement
and encouragement
and for youngsters also to come up and take up sports, especially all the youngsters who are watching us right now. They also, you're supposed to lead by example. So when you're not cycling and because you cannot go out and have contact sports, what else do you do to stay fit?
No, in the morning I get up and I do some walking or jogging or a little bit exercise. I don't need gym, just normal exercise. Sometimes I do yoga also, and if I remain active,
So
then
I saw a skipping rope there. Are you good at skipping?
I have skipping, I do that also. See, jump rope is very important and it's a very good form of exercise. And then, you can play some games also. If you are not playing games, then fine, you can do other things. But if you pick up one of the games, anything, badminton, table tennis, or anything which you like to play, you must play some games.
Okay, so I see a skipping rope there. Let's just cut across and watch the minister. How many do you do in one go?
No, I don't count as such. I just do it as long as I am able to do it.
Okay, let's take a look. Minister, skipping is good. It increases the heart rate. What else do you do to stay fit? Also in terms of lifestyle, food, diet, what should youth be doing?
See, if you want to maintain your fitness level, then you have to be disciplined. So your way of life has to be in a particular manner. It cannot be totally without any control. So the time of sleep or the time you do work, everything focus. And as I said earlier, for fitness, you don't need gym or a football field or a running track or club or big hall. You just have to have a small space, or you can do in your room, whatever. So people like us, we are not professional athlete. So for us, we just have to maintain our lifestyle. So the food habit, controlled food habit is also very important.
So we have a controlled food habit. You skip increases your heart rate. And then what do? Are you good at push-ups? Are you good at pull-ups?
Oh yeah, sometimes if I have some post hanging or something to hang on, then I can do pull-up, or I can do push-up, or I can do a little bit of jumping or burpees. I'm not a professional athlete. I just have to do some minimum basic exercise.
Okay, so let's see how many push-ups does the minister do and your posture. Absolutely.
Whatever you do, your posture has to be correct, right? Like this, easily. You don't need to exert too much of pressure, easily. And don't push beyond the limits, like this.
Okay.
Like this. See, as I said, I'm not a professional athlete or bodybuilder, or I'm not going to play in any competitions and all. So basic fitness level has to be maintained.
So you talk about, being fit, being muscular. The government has this image of being very muscular. But Rahul Gandhi says कि वो 56 इंच का सीना कहाँ है? चीन का नाम तक नहीं लिया गलवान में.
See, this is a very serious issue about the border and security. So while we talk about border issue and other very critical issues, my request is don't pay too much of attention to what Rahul Gandhi says. Because if you start paying attention and discuss upon what Rahul Gandhi says, it will end up benefiting the adversaries.
तो चीन के कॉन्टेक्स्ट में, चाइना के कॉन्टेक्स्ट में, you are saying that Rahul Gandhi's statements benefit China.
His statements or whatever he does, whatever he says, is, I think, very political, all the time political. See, politics all the time is not good. There's time for politics, election, we are a democratic country, you can do it. But there are times when better not to comment on what he says. See, my point is very simple. My leader, our Prime Minister, whatever he is doing, absolutely in the national interest. We have to stand united. When there is a crisis situation or something, the leadership is there, we have to follow. In normal time, we'll debate, discuss, it will happen. Yeah.
नहीं तो आपको क्या लग रहा है कि जो राहुल गांधी कह रहे हैं that is not in national interest, his statements are not good for the country because opposition, it's their job to ask questions, it's their job to know whether the Chinese are in our territory or not in our territory.
Asking question, putting all this kind of debate, discussion, for that there is time. In a critical juncture, whatever, whether it's opposition or ruling, you have to be very careful in what words you use, what sentences you use, what kind of tone you are applying. You have to be careful. That's why I'm not talking about the issue right now, because when Prime Minister and the appropriate people are dealing, as a minister, it's not proper to jump the gun and speak out of turn. I have my own ministry to handle. I'm doing that. It's not proper for me to speak about the border issue because I'm not dealing with that matter as a minister. So in the same manner, every citizen, everybody in this country has a responsibility. While there is a situation where everybody needs to come together, so at that time we must show solidarity and unity.
Which you think he's not doing?
I think, see, to be honest, whatever Rahul Gandhi ji says, I think he thinks about himself, his party and the family. Country is not first for him. That's what is very visible and how it appears.
So what should the government not reach out to the opposition and say, ye hai is samay zamini sthiti, these are facts on ground. Now we should all be on the same page.
Prime Minister and our senior minister Rajnath Singh ji and foreign minister, they had already had an all party meeting.
Okay.
तो all party meeting में तो मैं तो था नहीं, लेकिन हमारे प्रधानमंत्री जब था तो वो तो सारा चीज तो उनको बताया गया है.
So उसके बाद भी जब अगर राहुल गांधी सवाल पूछ रहे हैं तो उन सवालों पर क्या करेगी आपकी सरकार?
My request is, let us not devote too much time on Rahul Gandhi's statements. Rather, we should focus on how to add values to our democracy, how to add values to the growth of India, how to make India stronger.
Okay. So, and in your appreciation, Minister, for India to be strong, every Indian needs to be fit. So, your final advice to youngsters on this broadcast of eMindRocks. Incidentally, you've been on eMindRocks even earlier with the youth.
Yes, I feel nice whenever I talk to the young people. So, my appeal to the younger generation is stay fit. If you want to make India a great nation, prosperous and powerful, you have to be strong. You have to be fit. Unfit people cannot make nation fit. So stay fit, maintain your fitness level with disciplined lifestyle.
That's a very important point. Stay fit. We'll let that be the last word on the broadcast, Minister. For the moment, many thanks for joining us here on India Today.
Thank you, Gaurav, and as usual, it's a pleasure talking to you in this difficult COVID-19 which is going on, but we are able to function and to share a few of my thoughts with you and speaking to the young people of the country. I really enjoyed this talk.
Thank you very much, sir.